Good morning. Happy Monday. It's Monday. Hooray. I'm off to work. Pressing all sorts of buttons here. Seat heater on. Demister on. Reversing out the drive. Can't see if there's anything there. I'm all steamed up. Oh. Okay. I'm getting out. I've got this. Oh, looks like no one's left for work yet. I could be the first out of the estate. Hopefully before everybody else. It is just, whatever the time is, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. on a Monday, the 4th of November. I'm on my way. Oh. I noticed on one part of the estate there's a lot of cars parked, and I often wondered where they was going. For a while I thought they were queuing to go into the local doctor's surgery. No, I actually think they park here and then they get a bus into town. There's no Lewis. That's the light railway that goes near to where I live. So yeah, just saw someone there parking up and walking up to the main road, and I'd say they're going to get a bus now. I mean, not a bad way to commute into Dublin if you work in the centre. This time of day, bus is probably going to take, I don't know, an hour. So you'd be in work for 8:30. Pretty much guaranteed as well. Buses are pretty well looked after when it comes to the road system into Dublin. They get these nice little bus lanes. Woe betide if you drive in a bus lane. And you're not a bus, of course. Oh, a taxi without a passenger? Is that how it works? I understood you had to be a taxi with a passenger, with a fare. I think the taxis just use it anyway. Oh, and cyclists. Yeah, it's a nice idea, isn't it? You get these really big buses. Let's put a cyclist next to them. Though, I suppose on the cyclist front, there's been a lot more cycle lanes have opened in the last few years. So ironic, it's so hard to commute into Dublin. Everybody seems to be cycling now, so they've got to have cycle lanes. There's just so many of them. I suppose if they sorted the road system out, maybe we wouldn't need them. Just going onto the roundabout now. I'm onto the bypass, moving freely, which is always good. Try not to accelerate too hard. It's not raining. Well, it could be a light rain, but it has been raining, so the surface is quite damp. So the car will be a little, shall we say, skittish if I was to accelerate too hard. Okay, so somebody just crossed the road here. Stopping all the traffic for one person. They should put a little walkway over the road, I think. Then they wouldn't impede our progress. But I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad today. I mean, I asked Alexa, and she started off with the word sluggish. Traffic is looking a little sluggish. Now, I don't mean to be funny, right? She then said 22 minutes, which concurs with Google Maps. 22 minutes ain't sluggish. 35, 40 minutes. Now that's sluggish. Just a tad annoying when you... As soon as she said that, I'm thinking, oh my God, what's happened, But then when she got to the time, I went, oh, just gonna have some coffee. Today is a day for coffee. That's not bad. That'll certainly keep me going, I think. I've also got a bottle of water in the car, accidentally. I left it here from the weekend. Lemon and lime water from M&S. Oh, it just tastes fantastic. I'm quite sure I didn't finish it now, but it was probably a short journey home again yesterday, so... Okay, just coming onto the M50. It's moving nicely. It's fairly busy. Par for the course for this time of day. Just indicating now to join on. There we go. There's a car in front of me, seems quite hesitant, which is a bit of a worry. Yeah, but not slowing me down too much. I don't think I'll be overtaking it today. I'm just turning my seat heater off. I'm warming off. Rear window heater I'm going to leave on for a bit so it doesn't mist up again. Turning the aircon off. I don't even know if it'll be what temperatures is. That's 7 degrees. It's not too bad. Again, par for the course for this time of year, early November. What's happened since the weekend, I wonder? It's Monday, so since last week. Well, the Americans have put the clocks back to normal time, shall we say. DST, Daylight Savings Time, has finished. So we're back to the traditional hours difference, which I'm pretty pleased about. So I'm just thinking about something now. Oh, that's interesting. What time is it now? 7 a.m, 11 p.m. Interesting. Yeah, just thinking what time it is in Mountain View, California now. More coffee. That's nice. A lot of cars joining on this junction now. Just going to take it steady as she goes. Avoid any unnecessary braking because that's what causes snarl-ups, I think. When people brake. Just nice progressive slowing a little bit so they all align and then we can all speed up again. There we go. That was pretty good. Pretty smooth now. As smooth as buttercream icing. Yeah. Couldn't eat a lot of it. But yeah. Okay. The old white van next to me here. Just making good progress. Sky Electrical Engineering Limited. Barriers. Swing gates. Sliding gates. Pop-up bollards. Yeah, I know a few pop-up bollards. A pop-up bollard. Oh, there's endless humour in that word, isn't there? A lot of bollards. I don't know. Oh. So yeah, we're doing well. So it says 17 minutes in red for the next 10 kilometres. It still puts us getting in before 7:30 though. I have to say, I went to bed early, 10 o'clock I think it was. Went to bed at 10. No problem getting to sleep. Had a few weird, funky dreams. They're fading now. One of them, I got a job. Yay! And I was like, I don't know, I was pretty high up. I was sort of in charge. I was sort of surprised myself. And the building was really strange. It was like, I don't know how I'd describe it. It was like a big barn type structure. But there's big gaps between the top of the wall and the roof. It looked interesting. And there was like 4 main computer desk workstations in the corners, just in the corners. And they had their own fire, like a gas, real flame type fire to keep them warm in each corner. And I thought, wow, what a great idea. But then I thought, what about drafts and stuff? It'd be terrible, wouldn't it? And I mean, there was a roof on it. I don't know how the roof was fastened on. I didn't look in that much detail, but they were all computer guys working in this place. It looked quite a place now, and I so surprisingly realised I was in charge. You know, there was let me see a lot of documentation how things worked. I think one guy was going away on holiday, and he was charging me handing over a lot of stuff. It was quite interesting, a bit strange. When am I ever in charge? Anyway, I showed them how fantastic I am. Right, so yes, that was an odd dream. So I started, and I still do this a lot now. I started coming awake around 4 a.m, 5 a.m, only a little bit, and I can just see the clock there. I've got Amazon Echo, I don't know what it's called. Is it a show? It's got this little round ball anyway, with a screen on it. And I could see that it's 4:20. I thought, oh, great, I have a couple more hours sleep, you know, and whatever. And I watched it all the way around till probably about 5:30, maybe even 5:45. Oh, great, I have another 40 minutes left, you know, all this sort of stuff. And then when it came to the alarm going off at 6:20, oh man, I didn't want to get up. I probably would have got up at 4 a.m. I was like, oh man, I'd just like to stay here for a bit. So I was just laid there. And I'd say it was a good 10 minutes. I thought, oh, I've got to get up. Got to get in the car, got to get to work. You know, no messing. No messing today. Yeah, so I did. I'd made me sandwiches last night. Very conscientious of me. I'd made bacon and cabbage yesterday, so I had some bacon left over. So a real treat for lunch today. A couple of sandwiches there with nice chunky bits of bacon on them. I think I put cheese on one, cheese and bacon on one. I don't want to go too much on the cheese now. I know it's not good for you, is it, cheese? I know there's very low carbs, but high fat, whatever. You don't need a lot of calcium in your diet. You certainly don't need to drink milk. Certainly not at my age. So, I'll see how they go on. I'm sort of looking forward to that now. I'm not feeling too bad now. I'm not feeling too tired, so just the thought of having to get up and go to work, I think. More coffee. Oh, that's nice. Oh man, that's lovely. Just coming off of my turn now for Dundrum. It's a little past 7:10. That's not too bad, is it? 10 minutes on the M50 orbital motorway. And we're moving. Lots of cars though. We're moving pretty well, so that's good. Actually went to Dundrum yesterday, and I was also there on Saturday. Yeah, would you believe it? Saturday was interesting. Yeah, Saturday was interesting. It was afternoon, probably peak time if I'm honest, at 2 o'clock. And coming off the M50, it was solid. The traffic was solid all the way to Dundrum. I mean, yeah. It's not even December yet, it's November still. But I think people are gearing up for the holidays, or Christmas or whatever. And the weekends, they now use the holidays for Christmas. They're now using the weekends maybe. But I went into the car park. Oh man, it said there was spaces when there wasn't. You realise the system. It's got this system of little sensors over each parking spot. Could be ultrasound or something. I don't know. And yeah, it said there were spaces when there wasn't. I'm going round and round in circles. Oh man, it was crazy. I eventually got a parking space. I think it was -1. I call it on Marks and Spencer's level. And a good distance away from my M&S. I wasn't going to M&S. But then you have to get a lift to go up to the first floor, and then whatever, you know. So but I couldn't believe just how heavy the traffic was. It was incredible. And you know, the place was busy. It just seemed like the whole of Dublin had gone to Dundrum. They were queuing for coffee and lunch and all that. I actually went up to Stevens's Green then, for a cheeky bit of lunch in their restaurant. Sorry, it wasn't Stevens's Green, I saw a part, at Brown Thomas. I went for a cheeky little lunch, you know. That was very nice. Not as expensive as you think. Main course, €20. It's quite substantial. But most of it enjoyable, and yeah, and wine was, well, they had a great selection of wines, and you know, that's always trouble when it comes to the price. So yeah, I think they started at €9 for a glass. And I think you pay up to, I think, €70 for a glass of red wine. Yeah, it was crazy. But it was nice anyway. I had a cheeky little Merlot for €9. And the reason I was in town, I'm not going that way. I'm going that way yet. The reason I was in town was I went to the theatre and watched The Exorcist. Whee! It was fantastic. I mean, the movie was quite disturbing, I think, in many ways. And it was nice that in the theatre, the production had the essence of the movie. So it was excellent. And certainly the lead, I suppose, the young girl, was fantastic. You know, she wasn't a young girl playing the role, but then she gets possessed, of course, by the devil. And I have to say, the devil was incredible. The voice of the devil, because obviously you never actually see him. It was actually voiced by Sir Ian McKellen, and oh man, he really did a good job of it. Very impressive now, most agreeable, and yeah, it's one sort of thing I'd actually watch again. You know, very intense role now. The lead role, like, you know, a lot of effort. You know, during the possession scenes and everything else. You know, she had to be very physically fit. The bed didn't levitate, but she did some quite impressive things from the movie, so thoroughly enjoyable. And you know, it is a good ending. It's good versus evil, and obviously, you know, good should win overall. You know, Yeah, and it was interesting in some ways because it's not overly religious, oddly enough. It could be that this isn't the devil, of course, that it's just she thinks she's possessed by the devil. Of course, he knows all sorts of information that people wouldn't know. So. But anyway, a very enjoyable evening, and it started about 5 till about 7:30. I don't know if there was another one afterwards, but it was the last day of the running here. Just drinking more coffee. So traffic's moving well. I can see the William Dargan Bridge. These traffic lights you always stop at, so nothing new there. But yeah, The Exorcist. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. And there's some scenes I think you've got to really see the movie. I think before you go to it. I think if you go there a bit, yeah, it's quite. Well, there's a lot of profanity, a lot of swearing, some quite intense topics, So the devil says some horrible things, and like the priest who arrives to do the exorcisms, he'll say things with truth and lies. He doesn't speak all the truth, of course. Here we go now. Just gone through the William Dargan. We do this little merging routine. The cars. Sometimes cars are real nice and they hold back. Other times they can be a bit of argy-bargy. Don't know why. We're all going to get there, aren't we? I hope. Couple of cyclists around. One cyclist going the wrong way. I don't know how that works. He's on the pavement at least. Fella running there. Yeah, hardy man. I mean, you look at this and go, oh, would you really wanna run? It's dark still, by the way. No daylight yet. But I can see there's gonna be some daylight soon anyway. I'd say within the next 15 minutes. That'll change, I suppose, as we get nearer to the shortest daylight hours of the year on December the 21st. And it'll be Christmas nearly. Whee! Everyone loves Christmas. It'll be great fun. And I was in Brown Thomas, they actually have their Christmas shop. And I mean, there's some nice stuff. I think you wouldn't decorate your house with the stuff because it's too expensive. I mean, prohibitively expensive, but maybe buy a couple of baubles or something and bring them out once a year, people should have a look at your impressive baubles. But yeah, I don't know how much they were, but they were dear enough now. I think they were glass as well. You probably wouldn't want kids anywhere near them. Sounds funny, doesn't it? When you talk about Christmas, don't let the kids near them. More coffee. They also had some water for crystal, some glass bowls and stuff like that. Obviously for all year round, I suppose, but oh man, the expense of these things, and they're just there, and you think, God, if someone hits them by accident, Jesus. I think having had kids, it's easy for things to get knocked over. Yeah. Had a pair of JBL speakers, and they weren't damaged by the kids when they were young. Well, they were, but the sound wasn't affected. The little paper tweeter cone was pushed in, yeah. Little fingers, yeah. They still sounded okay. I got a good few years out of them. I got them cheap, I think, from Currys. They didn't really know how much they were worth, I don't think. They've been on display for a while. So they just sold them to me for €100. I said they were probably worth 1,000. That was a good deal that day. They just wanted to be done though. And obviously they'd gone off the system. They didn't know how much they were worth. More coffee. So here we go now. So it's all green now. It's the last little bit of red. And it's green all the way. 3 minutes it says. Just going to turn into where the estate is. In a bit of a bit of queue of traffic. Don't know what was happening there now. I think maybe someone was crossing the road. Backed up very quickly. Shows you that the traffic is getting heavier now. But it's now 7:21. Good time to get to work, isn't it? You know. There we go. Now we can turn. I'm not going to put too much gas foot down here. I don't want to be spinning all over the place. Oh man, I need a touch of earache today. I don't know why. My left ear, and I think it could be from the car. I did a bit of driving over the weekend, I suppose, but the blower, was actually right on my ear. I think that's what might cause it, so a bit of earache. Oh, it's alright though, I'm sure I'll survive. This time of year, you get all sorts of crap. Make sure I got my badge with me, I have, yeah, that's good. Speed bump. Got over there, that was alright. Just let a Volvo out in front of me. He's got a Volvo Estate, and he's got a roof box. That's quite a lot of storage, isn't it? I wonder if he's got a big family, eh? An estate and a roof box. I mean, that's the thing about the estate car, isn't it? You give up on the looks of the vehicle because you want the storage. You want the load carrying capacity. And he's gone the full hog. Not only has he got the estate, he's got the roof box as well. It's a biggish roof box. It's a Volvo anyway. It's oh, that says a V50. It's a diesel anyway. D2. 2 litre maybe. Wouldn't be too bad, I suppose. 2 litre diesel. They'll have plenty of torque. Probably have a little bit of turbo lag though. And it's from 2012, the car. Should make it 7 years old. It's quite a reliable car. I know that Volvo has a mission now. I think it's by 2025. They don't want anybody to ever die in a Volvo. Just having coffee. I don't know if that includes natural causes. Not quite sure how you mitigate that one. Maybe have some form of ejector seats to get them out before they croak it. We're going to lose this one. Yeah, I think the caveat is to die in a car accident, you know. And obviously, in many instances, it's a case of not having the accident in the first place, isn't it? It's much harder to come back from it when you've had an impact. Okay, I'm going to go behind the Volvo now. There we go. He knows where he's going. Give him a wave there. He didn't deserve one, he was just following the rules of the road. I'm in a good mood. No cyclists coming down the road at me. It's too early for them. They don't need to be this early, do they? I'm coming into the office park now. Yeah, what is it? 7:25. Coming up to, yeah, 1 minute. You made it to work. I did. Jesus. What a time to be in work. Man, has to be more than this now. Okay, let's see who else is in now. Very few cars around. Microfinance Island. It's lit up. Oh, there's a fella in already. Middle-aged. Yeah, he's on his own at the moment. Maybe he's the boss. I think microfinance, that's like a bank, is it? I'm not saying they give you money. They lend you. They lend you money, don't they? That's essentially what they do. I don't know what your man's going to do there. Is he straightening up? Yeah. Try and knock. Try and knock. Try and make sure I don't knock anybody down. I'm going to park in my usual prime parking position. There we go. sorry I'm a bit quiet. I am trying to concentrate a little bit. I'm going to put it right in to the grass. Give the person a bit of space on the other side then. And I'm here. Boom. Thank you for listening.